these are the kind of videos that you guys actually want me to be rooting out for you guys. And I went into a deep research to find this particular lady that broke it down. This time around, the young people are now trying to prove to you that what our forefathers, our foremothers, our great-great-grandparents cannot do, we can do it. And when I see histories like this being unfold, I'm so excited to share with you guys. Welcome back again to the channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time you're tuning in, do what? Subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share for every single person to get this good news. This is just a first one of it. I'm doing more research for first two, and I know that you guys are definitely going to be enjoying this. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we're going to be using. Please, guys, do what to support her for me. I'm going to be leaving her TikTok handle name on the screen, or you can still get it directly from the clip, right, to make it very, very easy for yourself, or I'll leave it in the description box, right? So please feel free to like support her handles, her TikTok handle for me, okay? Anyways, with that being said, let's roll out this clip and I'll be back with commentaries. This is just for educational purposes, not to come here and bash anybody. Let's go there, guys.
Common sense is at an all-time low and denial is a motherfucker. That's why I'm going to present you with the facts and expect you to do the heavy lifting with your critical thinking. First and foremost, the Mississippi River is the true Nile. In Isaiah 11:15, it says, "And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over dry shod." That's what it says. The Nile does not do this. But you know what does? The Mississippi. Second point, the Mississippi still runs through the ancient cities that it ran through in the beginning of time: Thebes, Cairo, and Memphis. You have been made to believe that we named our cities after modern day Egypt, when in fact that is not true. Modern day Egypt named its cities after our cities in ancient America, which is also ancient Egypt. And before this video gets too long, I'm just gonna add in a final point. Did you know that the Americas have more pyramids than the entire planet combined? Yeah. We'll get into the Grand Canyon on the next video. 90% of the Grand Canyon is off limits to the general public, which is backed by military services. But why? In 1908, President Teddy Roosevelt decided that he wanted to protect the canyon from timber and mining operations. With this knowledge, a gentleman by the name of G.E. Kincaid, along with the Smithsonian professor by the name of S.A. Johnson, decided that they were going to get a group together to do one final mineral expedition before it closed. What they discovered, however, was completely unexpected. About 40 miles upriver from El Tivar Crystal Canyon, they discovered sediment stains that didn't make sense for Arizona, USA. In addition to that, they also noticed a cavern entrance with steps leading up to it that was clearly a man-made structure. Once inside, they found an intricate underground city that could fit up to 50,000 people. There were ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs on the wall, granaries, tools made of copper. It did make sense. What all of this pointed to was an ancient civilization with advanced technology in America, in Arizona, with connections to ancient Egypt. After finishing his exploration, G.E. Kincaid, recognizing the massiveness of this discovery, decided that he needed to go back and take an even larger group and bring the Smithsonian along. But they weren't going to allow him to do that. In fact, they offed him. And now, in 2024, the Smithsonian completely denies all accounts of this and calls it a hoax. But isn't it rather peculiar that the USA claims to be a Christian nation but has the Egyptian pyramid on its American dollar? You don't find it strange that the pyramid is detached from its tippy top, which is also called the apex, and replaced by what looks to be a third eye? It's not strange to me, because it's my theory that America is ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is the land of the dead. The land of the dead is often referred to as the land of reincarnated souls. Anyways, for those who don't know, Anubis is the ancient Egyptian god often depicted as a dog who is the protector of the dead. Isn't it funny that God is just dog spelled backwards? Or that teachings about God are called church dogma? Anyways, the God of the Bible comes from the Roman pantheon, which comes from the Greek pantheon, which comes from the Egyptian pantheon, which comes from the Sumerian pantheon, which is the Anunnaki gods, who are the fallen angels, otherwise called aliens. See, the God of the Bible is not the God. He's a God, but a much lesser God. His name is Godreal. It should also be noted that we get the title God from the name Godreal. But anyways, First Enoch 69:6 reads like this: "And the third was named Godreal. He it is who showed the children of men all of the blows of death, and he led astray Eve, and showed the weapons of death to the sons of men, the shield and the coat of mail, and the sword for battle, and all the weapons of death to the children of men." Totally random and probably not unrelated, a third of angels come down with Satan. Godreal is referred to as the third. But anyways, I also want to point out that this chapter and verse is marked by 666, which is not obvious to the naked eye that hasn't studied gematria and numerology. But 69 is actually just 23. 23 symbolically is representative as 2 over 3, or 2 divided by 3, which is 0.666. So the chapter is 666 and the verse is number 6. From the verse, we learn 3 specific things. First is that Godreal is a fallen angel. Second is that he is the fallen angel that specifically showed humans how to kill and how to make weapons. And third, and finally being the most important, he is the fallen angel that deceived Eve. But if he deceived Eve, who created Eve? Genesis 1:26, the God of the Bible says, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness." We've already covered that the God of the Bible is Godreal. But who is us? In the English translation of the Bible, you have no idea, and of course they want it that way. But in the Hebrew translation, we learn that us is Elohim. El is God singular, but Elohim is God plural, or gods. Putting all of that together then, a lesser god by the name of Godreal, from which we get the title God, is one of the fallen angels who created some type of something in their image and likeness, who also later deceives Eve and the whole of mankind. Wait, so you're telling me that the good guys are the bad guys? And that the bad guys are the good guys? I have to get this out before I forget it. Missouri is currently preparing for an earthquake drill, a massive earthquake drill for an 8.4 magnitude potential earthquake, right? Well, you know how the law of the universe requires them to tell us what they're going to do before they do it. They have to put it out there because they are not creative. So they have to put the information out there and tell us what they're going to do and hide it in plain sight. Because if they don't, that karma going to eat that ass up. And even more so, it won't happen because, again, they're not part of the collective. They're not part of the consciousness. They have no souls. So they have no creativity. So in order for them to create events or create things to happen, they have to put it in our minds first. So tell me why. A couple of weeks ago, I noticed that there was this movie about my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri, on Tubi. And I was like, what the fuck? What is this? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't watch all of it. 2 minutes in, I learned this is a movie about an earthquake splitting the continental U.S. into 2 parts. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but like I said, Missouri is currently preparing for an 8.4 magnitude earthquake, a potential earthquake that could potentially be happening, that for whatever reason, they had to bring out the American military, the National Guard, to handle a potential accident. With that being said, what I wanted to come over here and tell you is what I believe is really going on. They're getting rid of evidence. In a previous video or several previous videos, I've explained that America is ancient Egypt and that specifically the Mississippi River is the true Nile River. And I specifically highlighted the cities that currently and have always sat on the Mississippi River: Thebes, Alexandria, Cairo, all of these places, right? You know, Missouri sits right on the Mississippi River, right where the Gateway Arch is, right? And if you are a true critical thinker and a true deep diver, then you have already done your research on Tartaria and how they have gotten rid of historical evidence by creating these natural disasters, earthquake, tornadoes, fires, and then rewriting history and acting like things never happened, right? What if this earthquake that's going to happen on the Madrid fault line that goes straight through the Midwest and conveniently straight through where the Mississippi River is? What if they're trying to get rid of ancient artifacts, ancient information, ancient downloads, underground information, underground tunnels, buildings, architecture, everything, to rewrite history or to not have us access the truth? I'm just saying. Don't trust anybody and question everything.
Young and brilliant, young with sense, young with brain, young, beautiful, and smart. You know, one of the prayers that our parents do pray, I don't know about your parent, let me use my parents. One of the prayers that my parents do pray is, Sonia, you will get to the level I have never gotten to. You will get to the place I have never been to. You will be higher than me in all round around. You will be greater than me. Where my knowledge stop is where you are going to continue. Where I cannot reach, you will reach, go there safely and come back. Those are my parents' words. And are they really working? Yes. My dad is not educated, but today I am a graduate, right? And also a content creator on YouTube. Anyways, let's go back to the main topic of the day, where this particular young lady actually unfold a lot of things that a lot of us did not even see, or some of us must have seen it, but we don't even know that this particular thing is actually what this meant, or some of us have never even heard about these words. And when I see videos like this, I'm so happy the American is ancient Egypt to bring it down to your table. Guys, what else can you say if not embracing and thanking this young lady? But first, before you go ahead to thank her, let me know in the comment section what you actually think about this particular video. Do you think that she's actually splitting facts? Do you think that what she's saying is not correct? Do you think that most of the things she's saying is not even supposed to be said? I want to know, because why I always bring videos like this is for me and you to learn. It's for me and you to be able to see it, digest on it, and then have our opinion on daily basis. Like I keep saying in my videos, I stand a chance to be corrected. So you have the right to correct me in the comment section and tell me that, no, Sonia, this lady is actually not correct. This lady is saying something abstract, right? So I want to really know in the comment section. I don't want this video to be more longer than it is already, because I know that you people have already enjoyed the tea that I actually brought down to your table. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches used in today's episode. And this is just for educational purposes. I stand the chance to be corrected. Don't come here and bash me. Don't come for me. Anyways, guys, with no further ado, I do it like I always say in my videos. I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for always super chatting. I do not take you guys for granted. And let me know the kind of videos that you guys want to actually be seeing. Do you love something like this? I want to know. Bye for now. I love you. Mwah.